So welcome to the Revit course. I'll be giving you a series of videos to try and help you work your way through a number of exercises. But any time you want to ask questions in the tutorials, please just ask myself or one of the demonstrators. I'm going to start by just showing you the basic commands in Revit. So we've got opening the actual Revit, we end up with an area for models and an area for families. Families are things that you create, like components, and then you upload them into a model. And the models are sometimes called projects, and the whole many families can live within a model. You can do limited editing within models, but you can create sheets and sections and schedules, and within each family you can do much more editing before you then upload it into a model. So we're just going to work in a model and some basic controls for now. So if you do families open, it should open you at this. If I click here, which would be Revit 2020 Libraries UK. If you're not in there, then try and navigate your way to here. And then we just pick up something that you'll all be familiar with. So if we went into furniture and say looked at tables and just picked up a desk, then let's double click on that and you end up getting a model of a desk. So many things, if you're working on Revit in future, eye sections, beams have all been drawn beforehand. But I'm going to be showing you how to draw from scratch. But from basic controls point of view, once you're in here, if you use the scroll button, you can scroll in and out. You can change the visual appearance of things by using this box here. So you could have, as it is shaded at the moment, you could have realistic, which might change different colours. And you can have wireframe, which would show every line, so you could look at every little detail if you're drawing and wanting to connect to things. Or you could do the wireframe with just the lines you can see, so it's a hidden frame. So once you've got something like this, if you press the Shift key on the keyboard and the scroll in the mouse, you can rotate this and have a look around the structure. So you can do a freeform view of 3D and go underneath the structure and have a look at what's happening. That's one way of navigating. The other one is this little box here. You can actually click on this box and move the box, or you can click on, say, top, and then you get a top view, or scroll to here to the front or the back and look at the different views. Also within here you've got views down here, so you can go to the front view, the back view, and so on, and having a look at what you can see. When you've got these different views, you can see some of these have opened on tabs here, so you could click onto the front and the back and you can see the different views. If you wanted to see them all together, you could type in WT and it would window the tiles. So you could go into here and look at, scroll this forward so you can look at the front and look what's happening in other views. If you go to view and go view tabs, you're back to where you were before. Now see, with the mouse shift I just moved the top of that desk. It allowed me to do that. I just moved it across just with a swipe, so you need to be careful not to kind of edit things. What you can do, if you look at 3D view now, you can see what's happened. I've skewed this off. You could have undone that if you'd seen it earlier, or you can move it back. These little tabs here allow you to change things. So I've entered the front view, and then you can see that this tab here can move back to there, and then this one you can just drag back to here, and then you've got your normal desk back to 3D view and your normal desk. If you'd got all the views open, you could see things working in each of the 3 screens or 4 screens at the same time. Sometimes that's useful for editing. So let's recap. Shift and mouse scroll allows 3D. Another one is just the mouse scroll button. Press that down and you can move it. I call that pan. Wherever you are, if you want to kind of re-centralize things, if you're zooming in and out and you find yourself a long way out, if you type in ZE, it'll bring the screen as large as it can, zoom extents. And WT, remember, is the window tiles, and go back into view and tab views to get back. So these are just some basic commands so you can get around the actual structure. So I suggest you look at the next video and we'll start the exercise so you can be using these basic commands as you go along.